No, that's it right there. On my phone. Oh shit.
A year. Are you the top guy here?
That shit definitely.
Yes or no? Are you the top guy here? Malcolm, how long you been?
Wedding season has begun. Wedding season has begun. Setting up the Ronin. Setting up the Ronin. Ronin listening to 21 Savage. Shout out to 21 Savage, American Dream. Go listen to that right now. 21 Savage. Alright, y'all, let's set up the camera. I might fly the drone too. Shit. Bruh. I just pulled this shit out. Fuck. Damn, I just pulled this shit out of the gimbal. I'm gonna have to recalibrate it. It's the most important thing, is making sure you're prepared before your wedding shoots, so that way you don't have any hiccups when you start to film. So earlier today I had set up my gimbal this morning, but I just effed up because I just messed up the balance on it. Because I pulled this, and that's gonna change the measurements. If you're not good with numbers, then I wouldn't suggest having a gimbal, because a lot of it is just paying attention to the numbers and where the numbers are. We're gonna put the 24 millimeter on here. I'm gonna just put the put the receiver on here, just so that way it's we're gonna balance the weight, because this is gonna be a majority of the weight that's gonna be on the camera when you put it on the gimbal. And then you gotta put your plate on there. I definitely messed up the gimbal. I'm gonna regret it. I already know. Alright, y'all. So we're going to start balancing it. It's the most important thing for me today is making sure my gimbal is balanced. The last wedding is shut down on me. I don't know what the fuck was going on with it, but had to fight through it. Okay. It's a little up, a little tilted. So let's figure out this first. Let's make this one even, and then what I try to do is I make sure it's even this way at the top because it has 3 motors, right? So we're going to work on getting this even. You see that tilt? So I just shifted it just a little bit. Still going backwards, so let's shift it. I'm shifting the camera forward this way. Okay. So now it's a little bit better even. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to unlock this second motor to see where the balance is on the camera. Okay, so it's tilting a little bit to the left. So I want it just a little bit more even to the right. And then remember I said I messed up on that push, so I got to push it back this way. So we got to loosen up this bottom piece and just try to move it over just a little bit. Right now you can see the number is on 1, but we want to shift it over to the left just a little bit. So I shifted it over just a little bit. Okay. So now it's up, so we want to make sure it's pointing more flat this time. So we're going to shift the camera forward, shift the weight forward just a little bit, so we get a little bit more of a tilt. Okay. I'm satisfied with this balance. So next we want to make sure all 3 motors are unlocked. 1, 2, 3. All right, so we now have all 3 motors unlocked. I also checked the battery power. It gave me 4 green lights, so I'm good. I make sure I try to have 4 green lights before I film a wedding because this bad boy is going to be running all day. It's high power. High power. I really think it's time for me to upgrade because I've had this gimbal for a very long time. It's been doing me very good success. This was my first gimbal. So next we're going to turn on the gimbal. Okay. Now we're going to balance it on our DJI app. Actually, before we do that, let's make sure we got a good battery and make sure we got a good memory card in there. Alright, so we got a battery. Let's go ahead and check number 5. I charged up all my batteries before the wedding, so I always make sure, because I run through batteries with weddings. Okay, this one is dead. So we need to put this on the charger immediately. What happened to my music? Alright, we're gonna try number 6. I got all my batteries labeled. That one's on 100%. Then we're gonna check our memory card slot. I have the 64 in there, but I prefer to put the 128 in there. So I'm gonna switch that out for the 128. All right, so next I'm gonna format my memory card. Make sure you don't delete anything you don't need, right? So I'm gonna format memory card, wipe it clean, cause again, this is a wedding day, so I'm gonna be shooting as much film and footage as possible. We're gonna get this one on the charger as soon as possible. All right, guys, so we have a clear memory card and we have a fresh new battery, so we're gonna get this one on the charger. Always keep this in handy. Multiple plugs, because you be charging hella shit. I'm also going to charge my mics, because mics are very important. Alright, I got a battery on the charger and I got mics on the charger, which is very, very important. I'm going to see if any of my monitor batteries need charged as well. Because I love my monitor, because I'm going to show you guys next. I'm going to hook the monitor up to the gimbal. And then I also should be able to put another. Alright guys, so we're going to attach the monitor, and Godox monitor, to the gimbal. I love this, having this monitor, so I'm able to see. Because I use peaking on my Sony a lot, so I'm able to see if things are in focus. Peaking is like one of the greatest tools ever for Sony users. So I'm connecting my monitor to my gimbal. It's like usually about 50 pounds all together, my gimbal setup. So I make sure I do a lot of fucking push-ups. Alright, so we're gonna do it this way. There we go. Alright, now we can get this set on. Always be prepared. This is a 24 millimeter. I didn't put a. It's laying out a little bit. So I want to fix this. It's leaning up a little bit. It's a slight adjustment. Like it. I always try to keep my lens caps close to me so that way I don't lose them. And then always clean your lenses. So I'm going to put a filter on this one because the ceremony is going to be outside. As you can see, the chairs behind me, they're going to be outside. They're going to be outside, so I'm going to put an ND filter on. So I have a filter for my 85 and then my 24 millimeter. So we're going to do our 24 millimeter lens filter. Always go ND. So always make sure you wipe your front of your lens first. And then wipe your filters as well. So clutch. I've seen so much footage have spots in them because people didn't clean their lenses and didn't pay attention to it while they were filming either. You gotta also make sure we do our aperture and ISO adjustments to figure out what our settings are gonna be like throughout the day, because we wanna make sure our settings are consistent on our camera while we're filming. I'm shooting in Cinema S-Log2 on the A7R4. Put my lens cap back on. Wipe my monitor off. Alright, so monitor cable. Also need audio cable as well. Alright, so we're gonna need our audio cable. It's gonna go from our Hollyland. Camera leaning a little bit. Let's fix that balance. Scoot it back just a little bit. Alright, so you're gonna need your audio cable to go from the Hollyland to the cameras to make sure you pick it up. So on the Hollyland, we're gonna go from line out to line in. Again, listening to that 21 Savage. Shout out to the 21 Savage. I still haven't done a Strand of the Weekend album review yet, but listening to that 21. Let's go. Shout out to 21 Savage. Always keep a battery on me, just in case this one dies, because you don't want to be in the middle of filming and then you scrambling looking for a battery. Yes, always keep this with me as well. And my handy tool I got from Tennessee. Alright, I don't think I've charged this battery. We're gonna check. This is the monitor battery. I bought a second monitor battery because I just needed it. Okay. Let's see what power is on here. Okay. Full battery. I love it when everything is full battery. So, this is my setup for weddings, guys. You know, straight from Cone's Graphics. I didn't show you guys how to balance, but we'll definitely do that later. But let's get it. Let's have an amazing day. We gonna kill shit. Peace.